Truth is, I am Iron Man.
So that's how you think it would go, right? Crowd loving you, everyone cheering for you, you're Iron Man, you've announced your identity to the world. You being Tony Stark and Iron Man in the same sentence is something the world did not see, but it's something that's gonna happen anyways. So is there any legal actions? I mean, not really, no, like anything. I mean, just a tiny thing, you know, the government of America wants to go ahead and take your suit because it's a weapon and belongs in the hands of America. I don't know how that works. I mean, so much for a free country, I guess. Am I right, guys? But yeah, you go to court and it'll probably play out something like this right here.
Hold on one second, buddy. Let me see. Something here. Oh, boy, I'm good. I commandeered your screens. I need them. Time for a little transparency. Now let's see what's really going on.
What is he doing?
If you'll direct your attention to said screens, I believe that's North Korea.
Turn that off. Take it off.
Iran. No grave, immediate threat here. Is that Justin Hammer?
Right leg up.
How did Hammer get in the game?
Arm up.
Justin, you're on TV. Focus up.
Okay, give me a left switch. Left is going to turn to the right. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
Wow. Yeah, I'd say most countries 5-10 years away. Hammer Industries 20.
I'd like to point out that test pilot survived.
I think we're done is the point that he's making. I don't think there's any reason.
Point is, you're welcome, I guess. Because I'm your nuclear deterrent. It's working. We're safe. America is secure. You want my property? You can't have it. But I did you a big favor. I have successfully privatized world peace. What more do you want? For now! I tried to play ball with these ass clowns.
F you, Mr. Stark. F you, buddy. We're adjourned. We're adjourned for the day.
Okay.
You've been a delight.
So you might think you've won the war, right? You've basically won court. No country is anywhere close to what you were making with the Iron Man suit. Most countries are either 10, 5, or fucking 20 years away. I don't know. You practically are one of the most powerful, intelligent minds on the planet right now. And in America, the land of the free, the country where everything just works and goes right? Yeah, this is not how it works. You can't just go party, have fun, do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. And just like enjoy your life. That's not how it works. You see, this is America we're talking about, and America is very similar to Russia, the UK, and any other power-hungry country. They don't want an individual person to win. Even though America is a capitalist country, you'll find that America will do everything in their power to get that suit back, and if they can't get it back by conventional means, oh, they will do unconventional. And we're gonna break down on why it will be a terrible life to be Iron Man, and probably be one of the worst decisions you've ever made. That was the cue, by the way.
You are live with Symbiote. Enjoy the show.
You have failed me for the last time.
Okay, so let's set a picture. You're Tony Stark, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist. You're the owner of Stark Enterprise and it's come down from your father, Howard Stark. And you basically spend your last couple of years partying and just selling weapons to whoever can buy them. And that's all your life has been about. Until you got kidnapped by some terrorists and forced to build a missile so they can wage war on a country in another place of the Middle East. I'm not sure where in the Middle East, but somewhere. Okay, so you have one of two options. Option one, build a missile for the terrorists and be responsible for the death of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of people. And option two, build a badass Iron Man suit and basically escape with the Doctor who's in there with you as he has a family and needs to get back to them. But obviously we went with option two. I mean, me and you saw the same movie, right? So using your badass Iron Man suit, you escape the terrorists and make it back to safety in the land of America, the land of the free. But you decide this isn't enough, so you go on a press report and immediately say you're shutting down your weapons organization as you realize what it's done to the world and you want to build something thing that will actually take out those terrorists and make the world a better place, which makes you build the phase 1, 2, and 3 version of the Iron Man suit. Wait, no, just phase 1 and 2, sorry. And of course, you kill all those terrorists with ease. I mean, you have one of the most powerful technological advancements in the world. I highly doubt you're gonna fail at this task. And the US military eventually find out that is a man made out of metal flying in the sky and causing mass destruction on terrorists. So, of course, the big question, who is Iron Man? And you end up revealing that you're Iron Man to the public, to everyone. And is this a good look or a bad look? Well, being Iron Man comes with its consequences, but it comes with the same consequences as it does with being Peter Parker and being Spider-Man. You have your Spider-Man identity, which where everyone is trying to kill you, all your villains, but your Peter Parker side is safe. And then you have Iron Man, where Iron Man and Tony Stark are no longer two separate people, they're one, which basically means their lives are intertwined. You know how Tony got kidnapped at the beginning of Iron Man 1 just for being Tony Stark? Imagine being Tony Stark and Iron Man together. That leads for a route of destruction and probably one of the most terrifying watch lists you could probably be on. You're probably on every single government's #1 hit list. Like, it's probably the most craziest event that could have happened. Now remember when I said that the government could either do it in conventional or unconventional ways? Well, in the MCU, they did it in the conventional ways because they just didn't go ahead and push forward with this. But here's the thing, the MCU is already filled with notable superheroes, Hydra, super soldiers. One man with an Iron Man suit is pretty much like a normal thing that could happen in New York at this point. And in the real world, it's not gonna be like that exactly. In fact, I'm gonna explain to you why it would be terrifying to be Iron Man in the real world and having that suit. Well, the one good thing going for you is that you're Tony Stark, and with being Tony Stark, you already have some type of notability in this universe, basically meaning that you're not gonna be able to get taken out easily. The government wouldn't just go ahead and kidnap you and say, oh, we don't know what happened to Tony Stark, and we're not gonna launch an investigation because, well, we don't want to do that. That can't happen, which means they're gonna have to be a lot more secretive and have to watch you over the process of a lot of months. And the good thing is this is gonna take a lot of time, because Iron Man attached to Tony Stark means he's a celebrity. He's not just some one-off genius who's the owner of a big industry corporation like Elon Musk. You hear about him all the time because he made Tesla, SpaceX, and started a bunch of other stuff. Iron Man is on the same level, if not higher, and because his identity is tied to the alleged Iron Man hero, it's gonna be way harder for the government just to go ahead and take that suit back, or to go ahead and try and silence Stark. It's not like Peter Parker and Spider-Man, where if you were figured out to be Spider-Man, the government would 100% take you in and try and figure out how to replicate your genes and anything that makes you strong or as physically capable as it is to be a superhero. And when Peter Parker disappeared, the worst thing they would have to worry about is a news coverage of a missing person, but that's really it. And to be honest, missing people go missing. It's probably happening right now, you just don't realize it. So if the government and CIA officers were able to catch you after months of surveillance, what would happen? Well, good news for you, because relatively not much at all. You see, because you're such a massive value to America, as Stark Industries is one of the biggest contributors to weapon manufacturers of all time, and probably supplies a bunch of military soldiers and military in general, to the point where you'd be a valuable asset to America and in general countries within NATO. And the only thing that would really happen to you is you'd obviously be asked to return the suit and give any weapons at all that you have to the military, as it will be US property from now on. But just because your government is playing nice doesn't mean all governments are. I mean, you do realize that you basically embarrassed every other country that was on that channel in that court meeting. And any other normal country or government like Russia, China, North Korea, or any big superpower in general will probably be thinking to themselves, why do we have to go ahead and make our own weapons and make our own Iron Man suit when there's already someone who has that technology for us? They're gonna go after you. You're gonna be put on any government hit list and kill list. So let's hope you don't leave the boundaries of America, or don't go somewhere secluded, because you don't know who's gonna try and come after you, assassins potentially, and even more. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Symbiote, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm Iron Man. I don't have to be careful of anything. I'm probably one of the most powerful people on the planet. And yeah, you wouldn't be wrong. I mean, you probably are one of the most powerful people on the planet, but you're just one person against an army of of countries with millions of soldiers and probably thousands of members of their own secret service that they have in their own countries. And let's be honest, all it realistically takes is one slip up, one little mistake, and the governments of those countries have caught you. And if it's Russia, just say goodnight, because you're probably gonna get tortured until they get that information out of you. And let's be real, most people are going to fold. And because you in that interview, or not interview, sorry, in that court appearance basically kind of showed that you were independent of America's activities and you weren't making these weapons or these Iron Man suits for them, you'd basically be on your own. And if you gave out any information that aided those countries, well, what do you think is gonna happen? America's helping you? Yeah, right. It's a free country until you oppose them. When you oppose them, it's not a free country. You're basically just living under constant surveillance, and they're gonna pin anything they can on you to make you look bad in the spotlight. And I also know what you're thinking. Why would everyone come after me, Tony Stark, when there's also another individual who made arc reactor technology that's called Whiplash? Well, I think that's his name. I don't know everything about him. And the reason why is, with most countries, you don't go to the person who is the copycat, but the person who created it. And because the person who created it is kind of independent of America's activities and doesn't directly answer to them with this Iron Man technology, you kind of are left with an easy target on your hands. Like I said, all it takes is one slip up and you're done. You're cooked. You might as well say goodbye to your life, or say goodbye to your independence or your freedom, because America is not supporting you once you go ahead and help another country, even if you were tortured. And look, if that was me and my encounter with terrorism and people trying to go ahead and make me build weapons in a cave, I would 100% confidently never reveal my identity to the public if I was Iron Man. And that's simply just because it complicates things 10 times more for you. You're already Tony Stark and Iron Man. I can see why Batman did it. Like, if you had those two identities come together, not only are you a literal weapon bag for any other country who gets their hands on you, I don't know where I was going with that. Weapon bag? Really? That's the best I could come up with. And you're basically just a target for any other country who decides they don't want to make it themselves and they want to get it from you directly. And like I said, in the MCU, this is very different. You already have a pre-established universe where there are heroes and there are mythical gods. I don't think they're gonna have much more need for just one person when all of this is going on. I think everyone in that universe is pretty accessible to make their own technology, or to be able to make some form of Iron Man technology. I mean, we can see Ironheart do it. So if she can do it in her garage, what makes any other country stopping them with their billions and dollars of revenue, or like euros? Does Russia use euros? I don't know. But that is basically why it would be so terrifying to be Iron Man. You basically would have no safety at all. Your life would be at risk every single day, and you practically would have no one really to turn to when things go wrong. So if I were you in that courtroom, just hand the suit over to them. It's not worth all the trouble. You might think it is, but I'm telling you, as soon as you get kidnapped by a Russian affiliate or some government member, you're gonna be screaming, pissing your pants, hoping you never took the suit in the first place. But yeah, if you guys liked the video, like, subscribe, share, comment in the comment section below of what you thought of the video, and if you would be Iron Man and take the risk of everything that I said that could happen. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video.